The village of Savatthi was quiet, its streets filled with the whispers of sorrow and the weight of loss. Kisa Gotami wandered aimlessly, clutching the lifeless body of her child, her cries piercing the stillness of the night. "Who will help me? Who can bring my child back to life?" she pleaded, her voice trembling with desperation. The villagers, moved by her sorrow, directed her to the Buddha, who was teaching in the Jetavana monastery. With trembling hands and tear-streaked cheeks, Kisa Gotami approached the enlightened one. "Lord, I beg you, bring my child back to life," she implored. The Buddha, his gaze serene and compassionate, spoke gently. "Sister, I will help you. But first, you must bring me a mustard seed from a household that has never known death." Hope rekindled in her heart. Kisa Gotami set out on her quest, knocking on every door in the village. "Has death ever visited your home?" she asked each family, her voice filled with both hope and despair. Each family shared their own tales of loss. A father, a mother, a sibling, a child. The universality of grief unfolded before her, and she began to see her sorrow as part of the human condition. Returning to the Buddha, empty-handed but enlightened, she bowed before him. "Lord, I understand now. Death is a part of life, and my grief is not mine alone." The Buddha smiled, his voice a balm to her soul. "Kisa Gotami, the truth of impermanence is the path to liberation. Let go of your attachment, and you will find peace." The villagers gathered around, their hearts touched by the profound wisdom of the Buddha's teachings. "Life is fleeting, like a dewdrop on a blade of grass," the Buddha continued, his voice resonating with clarity. "Clinging to what is impermanent only deepens our suffering. Acceptance is the key to freedom from sorrow." Kisa Gotami listened intently, her heart opening to the truth of his words. "Lord, how can I let go of my attachment and find peace?" she asked, her voice filled with both yearning and determination. The Buddha replied, "Meditate on the nature of impermanence. Reflect on the cycles of birth and death that govern all existence." He guided her through a meditation, his voice soothing and steady. As she began to understand the transient nature of life, grief is a natural response to loss. But it should not consume us, the Buddha explained, his tone gentle yet firm. By embracing impermanence, we can transform our sorrow into wisdom and compassion. Kisa Gotami felt a sense of relief wash over her, as if a heavy burden had been lifted from her shoulders. "Lord, I see now that my grief is not a curse but a teacher," she said, her voice filled with newfound clarity. The Buddha nodded, his expression one of understanding and encouragement. "Grief teaches us the value of love and the importance of letting go," he said, his words resonating deeply. "Understanding," he said, "comes not from words but from experience. Meditate, observe, and the truth will reveal itself. Let us support one another in our journey toward liberation." Kisa Gotami joined the Sangha, dedicating herself to the path of enlightenment and the teachings of the Buddha. If your hearts ache, know that ache itself is life's pulse, calling you to the infinite beauty of this divine impermanence. Another disciple reached out, wishing to touch Buddha's hem, to feel grounded amidst the overwhelming wisdom and emotion filling the space. "Life is a river, ever changing and flowing," the Buddha said, his words painting a vivid picture of existence. "By accepting the impermanence of all things, we can find peace and liberation. Every goodbye echoes a beginning, a doorway leading toward vastness where truth expands with infinite potential." The stars began to shimmer above, as though the universe itself paid homage to the sacred truths uttered beneath the Bodhi tree. Let this moment remind you that the end is neither failure nor loss but transformation. Evolution. Into what lies ahead, Buddha's voice became the night's hymn, his gaze luminous with compassion and the boundless wisdom carried across innumerable lifetimes. Through understanding and acceptance, we can transcend our sorrow and find peace. The villagers gathered around the Buddha, their hearts filled with gratitude for his teachings and the shelter he provided. Let us walk the path of wisdom and compassion together, the Buddha said, his voice uniting the community in their shared journey. Kisa Gotami found solace in the Sangha, her grief transformed into a source of strength and understanding. The courtyard glowed faintly with the moonlight, its presence mingling with the flicker of oil lamps and the warmth of silent gratitude. You are the carriers of wisdom, the next torchbearers of truth, illuminating life's beauty and impermanence for those yet to discover. Blessed One, the merchant began, his voice faltering, I am consumed by my desires. They govern my life and give me no peace. Kisa Gotami's story became a testament to the power of acceptance and the transformative nature of grief. The Buddha's words continued to resonate, offering shelter and guidance to all who sought solace in his teachings. Let us honor the cycles of life and death, and find peace in the impermanence of all things, the Buddha said. The villagers, inspired by his wisdom, embraced the path of enlightenment and the shelter of the Sangha. Ananda approached cautiously, his heart filled with compassion, seeking the right words to bring solace to their burdened spirits, as villagers shared their sorrow. Ananda sat among them, speaking gently, drawing upon Buddha's teachings as guidance for this hour. Another day, another sorrow weighed heavily on the heart of King Pasenadi of Kosala. Mourning his beloved Queen Malika, the palace, once vibrant with joy, now echoed with the silence of grief and the absence of her laughter. The river does not resist its bends, nor does it halt its flow. It teaches us harmony within constant change. Some villagers nodded, others wept, letting his words weave through their emotions. Seeking clarity amid the grief of saying goodbye, the elder you mourn is part of this river, their essence joining an eternal stream of wisdom and shared connection. Ananda paused, surveying their faces, discerning openness in their silence, recognizing fertile soil awaiting seeds of wisdom to be sown. Great King, the Buddha began, his voice gentle yet firm. Why do you grieve so deeply for what is impermanent? Pasenadi looked up, his expression one of anguish and longing, and replied, Lord, without Malika, I am lost and adrift. The Buddha nodded, his gaze filled with compassion and understanding, and said, Pasenadi, consider the nature of life and death. Is there anyone in this world who has not faced loss? The Buddha asked, his words resonating with timeless wisdom. Death spares no one, be they king or commoner. And clinging to what is impermanent deepens our suffering, he continued. The traveler mourns as the jar cracks, yet with each step learns to trust sand, sky, and unseen oasis alike. Ananda smiled gently, acknowledging their collective desire for hope and understanding amidst uncertainty, ensuring his words reached each listener. The jar's loss is a revelation, unveiling gratitude for its journey, but also wisdom in awaiting its inevitable breaking. The villagers murmured among themselves, pondering the implications, wondering whether their own losses bore similar lessons of hidden significance. Grief is a natural response to loss, but it should not consume us, the Buddha said, his tone gentle yet firm. Through understanding and acceptance, we can transcend our sorrow and find peace, the Buddha continued, his words a balm to the king's soul. The king felt a sense of relief wash over him, as if a heavy burden had been lifted from his shoulders. Lord, how can I let go of my attachment and find peace? Pasenadi asked, his voice filled with both yearning and determination. The Buddha replied, meditate on the nature of impermanence and reflect on the interconnectedness of all beings and their experiences. Grief teaches us the value of love and the importance of letting go, the Buddha said, his words resonating deeply with the king. He gestured toward the stream, its waters reflecting the dappled sunlight. The river does not grieve for the rain that feeds it, nor the sea that claims it, he said. We are all connected by the threads of life and death, the Buddha said, his voice carrying a sense of unity. Let us support one another in our journey toward liberation and inner peace, the Buddha continued, his words uniting the community. The woman wiped a tear from her cheek, her expression a mixture of pain and understanding. The Buddha turned his attention to a young man seated under the shade of the banyan's sprawling roots. Grief is not an end but a beginning, the Buddha said, his voice filled with hope and compassion for the grieving king. Through understanding and acceptance, we can transcend our sorrow and find peace, the Buddha continued, his words inspiring the king. The palace, once filled with sorrow, began to resonate with the wisdom and teachings of the enlightened one. Life is fleeting, like a dewdrop on a blade of grass, the Buddha said, his words painting a vivid picture of existence. Buddha appeared among them, his presence radiating peace, his voice carrying the eternal resonance of compassion and deep understanding. Each journey you undertake weaves itself into the fabric of existence, carrying with it the essence of impermanence, Buddha began. His words touched their hearts, rekindling memories of loss and resilience, their shared experience grounded in his profound teachings. Let this gathering remind you that every step taken, every goodbye uttered, becomes the foundation of wisdom's eternal growth. Let us honor the cycles of life and death, and find peace in the impermanence of all things, the Buddha said. The king, inspired by his wisdom, embraced the path of enlightenment and the shelter of the Sangha. A silence fell upon them, allowing the weight of his words to settle gently among their hearts and minds. To see impermanence not as an end but a transformation is the key to life's boundless potential, Buddha said. Another day, another sorrow weighed heavily on the heart of Ananda. Mourning the loss of his mentor, Sariputta, the forest monastery of Vulture Peak was quiet, its stillness mirroring the emptiness Ananda felt within his soul. Each story told here carries the essence of unity, revealing how loss nurtures deeper connections beyond attachment, Buddha continued. A breeze stirred the leaves, its movement seeming to echo the rhythm of Buddha's wisdom flowing among his disciples. You must never fear impermanence but embrace it, for impermanence gives breath to creation and beauty to transformation, Buddha said. One disciple gazed at the stars appearing above, seeking to comprehend the vastness reflected in Buddha's timeless words. Ananda looked up, his eyes filled with tears, and replied, Lord, Sariputta was my guide, my friend, my inspiration. Without him, I am lost. The Buddha nodded, his gaze filled with understanding, and said, Ananda, consider the nature of life and death. Is there anyone in this world who has not faced loss? The Buddha asked, his words resonating with timeless wisdom. Death spares no one, be they monk or layperson, and clinging to what is impermanent deepens our suffering, he continued. Ananda listened intently, his heart beginning to open to the truth of the Buddha's teachings on impermanence. Reflect on the cycles of birth and death that govern all existence, the Buddha said, his voice steady and soothing. By accepting the truth of impermanence, you can transform your grief into wisdom and compassion, the Buddha explained. Let this tree remind you that rootedness and impermanence coexist, creating harmony and balance in existence's infinite dance, Buddha said. Another disciple shared memories of an elder they had lost, seeking Buddha's wisdom to transform pain into understanding. Buddha listened intently, his gaze reflecting compassion, his voice offering comfort and clarity amidst sorrow's heavy presence. Loss teaches us the strength of connection, the beauty of remembering, and the infinite horizons beyond farewell, Buddha said gently. Lord, how can I let go of my attachment and find peace? Ananda asked, his voice filled with both yearning and determination. The Buddha replied, "Meditate on the nature of impermanence and reflect on the interconnectedness of all beings and their experiences. Grief teaches us the value of love and the importance of letting go," the Buddha said, his words resonating deeply with Ananda. By embracing impermanence, we can transform our sorrow into wisdom and compassion, the Buddha explained, his tone steady and reassuring. The stars shimmered above, each glimmering speck a reminder of the vast, interconnected tapestry of existence Buddha spoke of. Goodbyes are not endings, but beginnings. Their essence gives birth to possibilities, shaping futures beyond what seems final, Buddha said. A disciple whispered their gratitude to Buddha, their voice trembling with awe and love for the sacred wisdom received. May your lives embody the teaching, carrying wisdom across rivers, deserts, and mountains, like seeds scattered to unseen soil. The disciples bowed low, reverent before the Bodhi tree and Buddha, their hearts united in solemn purpose and quiet strength. Buddha gazed at them, sensing their faith and understanding, blessing them with compassion that transcended form and time itself. Through understanding and acceptance, we can transcend our sorrow and find peace, the Buddha continued, his words inspiring Ananda. The monastery, once filled with sorrow, began to resonate with the wisdom and teachings of the enlightened one. Life is fleeting, like a dewdrop on a blade of grass, the Buddha said, his words painting a vivid picture of existence. By accepting the impermanence of all things, we can find peace and liberation, the Buddha explained, his tone steady and reassuring. Buddha retreated into solitude, leaving his disciples transformed, ready to carry his teachings to distant lands and unknown horizons. Thank you for watching. Buddha's teachings are always with you. Subscribe to our channel and we will see you in the next video. A disciple, sitting nearby, raised his head and spoke softly, his voice carrying the weight of introspection. "Master," he asked, "if all is impermanent, is there any truth that remains unchanging?" The Buddha sat upon the soft grass, motioning for all to join him, his posture as steady as a mountain. "The truth," he said, "is like the flame of a lamp. It burns steadily, though the oil may change." Thank you for watching. Buddha's teachings are always with you. Subscribe to our channel and we will see you in the next video.